why no one's talking to us.
No, I'm on live now. Well, people are in the chat. It says live now.
Oh, yeah, it's scheduled on the screen. It's scheduled on the screen, Tez.
That was right. I pressed the live button.
Oh, but how we reacting to people, though, aren't we? So
yeah,
no, but we're reacting to what they're saying. They're already saying.
So they just go on the link. People will press the link, but now we're live. Oh, how many times have I done this? I've done 31 live streams.
Hang on a minute. So we've been going out for 20 minutes and we've only just gone
26
live
minutes. We've been chatting to the chat and it's not been going live. That's why it's not coming.
You know what? There we go. We're live now. Oh, you know, I blame Josh because that could.
Sorry, everyone. We just thought we've been reacting. We've been reacting to the chat, and I've been doing some blinders tonight for 26 minutes.
Right, so the thing is, I don't think we've ignored your comments. We've actually responded to every one of them.
Because the count, it says up there we've been live for 9 minutes. It says up the live bit, doesn't it? It says they've been there for 9 minutes up there.
People have, I don't know. This is weird because people are in the chat and they're talking to us.
No, they're not. They're all going effing hell, Tez. Wow, Tez, where have you been? You've been talking to yourselves.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant.
Well, if you did, welcome to episode 80. Look at that face. Oh.
There's some good jokes in there as well. There was some good jokes I put in there.
Great joke.
Rewind.
I think we should just go move right up to the latest chat, Tez. Because
there we go. That's
move
weird.
It right up.
Brilliant.
And I said to David, you were hosting tonight, and be warned. And I was right. There we go. Finally. Look at this.
People have been in the chat typing stuff, and there's been we've been blank.
How long have we been doing this? It's all right. I did it with Tim, didn't I? Once, but that was only about 5 minutes. Yeah, I did it with Tim. Tim came on my thing. Yeah, we've been watching the thumbnail. They've been watching the thumbnail for 20 minutes.
Oh, sorry, 20 minutes. Well, yeah, there's a first time.
Yeah, because you did the countdown, and it should. Did you double click the? Yeah.
No, because I always do the countdown first, so that gets to about 27 seconds, and then I hit go live, and you have to hit go live again, which I did.
Best 20 minutes of live stream you've ever done. Well, thank you, Cameron. It is.
Wow.
He's fired. He is. He's fired. He's not doing it again.
Not doing it again. So loads
fired.
Said.
That is so funny.
It's all right. You can all say tomorrow, because I was doing some brilliant jokes about tomorrow, and they've missed them all now. They've missed them all. So yeah. So tomorrow.
Well, I won't be making that mistake again.
Don't be too pleased. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, is that Matt seems more jet with do. I like that. Yeah.
So funny. You said hello to everybody.
We said hello to everyone. Sorry, we have said hello to all. We have said hello. Yeah.
That is a nice thumbnail. It's a new one, so I'm glad
it's very good work there, Tez. Very good.
20 minutes.
Well, thank you everyone for sticking in the chat. Thank you for sticking with us.
Sorry. I'm not going to host again. I'm not going to host until next.
He's only
a whole year.
He's only had the one beer.
My first beer in 2 weeks.
He's only had the one beer.
That is brilliant. That's
I bet one day going, where are they? Where are they been? Where are they?
Just to recap, we were talking. We're going to show some Hasbro Pulse releases, and we've got Matt. We got Matt from Keep On Collecting coming on. Yeah, and we've talked about going down the docks. Traveling
David, I was making jokes about the Plymouth Hole and everything. That's all been missed. Yeah, like going up and down the lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Some good jokes. David, have you been up the lighthouse? That's what I wanted to know, David. Have you been up it? So see, that was a perfect joke there, and it got missed. That
was a good joke as well. That was a good one.
It was. Shabby was laughing, and the one about. I won't mention that one again because.
Oh, the nurse. That was a good one. The nurse one.
Yeah, the
That
one
was
with the
all right.
nurse. They missed the nurse joke as well. They all want to see this joke.
Oh,
Oh, God, I couldn't get it out. I was so laughing.
My purple flannel flares for tomorrow. I'm wearing.
Yeah, but Matt, you can't really say the one with the nurse and I couldn't get it out. You can't really say that.
Sorry, guys.
Jonathan?
I can't blame my laptop. I've got it sort of
yeah.
So,
well, she got it in and got it out quite easily. So,
Yeah.
So, no, I did say. Sorry, Taz.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taz.
I did do a whole lot. I did do a whole lot. A whole live stream Spectrum, and it didn't do it. It didn't do it. Actually, often got angry.
Yeah, good to see. We actually have said Steve-O before when we were not live.
Yeah, get well, Steve-O. Yeah.
He was up the hoe the other day. Yeah, get
well.
And
I did say I've been to the hospital today. I'll mention it. I'll mention it again. It was a good joke. I went to the hospital today, and I had to give me specimens of blood and my urine and all that. And I went into the cubicle, and there was a lovely Eastern European nurse, and I love the accent. And she said to me, "Mr. Bunce, you've got long legs." I said, "Yeah, sorry, I'll just get them out." It doesn't work now. It doesn't work now. I can't repeat the joke again. It just doesn't have its magic. So I apologise, everyone. I'll have to come up with something.
It was funny though, Matt. It was funny at the time.
It was funny, and Shabby laughed. So he laughed. He was funny. Yeah.
So anyone in the chat, we have said hello to all of you. So don't.
We have said we talked about Echo.
Yeah.
Me and Matt and Shabby's going to.
Did you say Matt's down there? So Matt is down there. Did you say Matt is already here, waiting to come on?
No, he's not. He's not yet. He's not.
Oh,
yet.
So he did because he would have seen the stream because he would have been waiting. He would have seen the stream, wouldn't he? He'd be the only one else to see it. So when we did go live,
my!
So Matt would have seen it, but no.
But there was no. I was going through the chat, and there was no indication of like why aren't they on the screen or not.
No, that was weird, wasn't it?
We're always bloody late, or we've always messed up, so no one's going to say anything. It's probably, no one's surprised.
It was when I expected to go live.
That's it, David. You got it, David. Yeah.
Down there the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
David. Danny's here. I'll just say hello to Danny. There he is.
Hello, Danny.
Well, let's go down in history, innit? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day when we get to 100 episodes, we should do something of an award evening or an award show, like best things happened. So, and this could be episode 88, the best award for being
it'll be all right on the night.
Yeah, be all right in the night. Yeah. Best live stream when we were live when we wasn't live when we were live. Yeah, that kind of award.
Shabby's arms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a girl. Hey, Darren.
All right, Darren. There we go. Right, I've got that miraculously got down to the end of the chat. I've not missed a single one.
I know we could if we didn't jump to the bottom of the chat, we would have been going, what the hell? And it's like another time zone.
I was looking at last week's chat.
Oh dear. Should we tell Matt to come back next week instead, and we'll just start again next week? That'd be a good idea. So yeah.
Yeah. 88 episodes. It's first time.
How am I going to get those 20 minutes back, Tess? How am I going to get back?
No, I'd be given strict rules tonight just to stop at 10 as well because
she's been told strict rules. Yeah, strict rules. He's shouting at Josh at the beginning to get off the internet. No one's watching us anyway. So
you could have another half an hour.
He's going, "Oh, my internet's bad. I'm not even live."
Never we.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to show some of the.
Yeah, come on. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to
the images from.
Let's see some of those pictures, Tez.
There we go. I've got a mix. I didn't really want to start on that one, but that's
all right. It's something different.
It's something different. That's what caught my eye. That's shrapnel. That one.
Shrapnel
is an Insecticon. Yeah,
it's Insecticon. Yeah, the bugs. They're going to do all of them then, aren't they? I guess. Yeah.
I think they're going to release because there's 3 in total. So yes, I think they'll be releasing all 3. But that one's first. That's and what else? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking, Tez. We are live. Yeah, we are. We're just checking.
We are live.
We are. Yeah. And there's 66 watching us. Thank you all, 66.
Thank you very much for sticking in.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies.
So
look, I'm not sure about that figure. He looks like he's got no neck, doesn't he?
I don't think it's a change. I've got that figure, and I took it out and had a look at it when he did, and it looks exactly the same. And then we're making a big deal about all the accessories it comes with. I was like, well, it always did come with all those accessories.
Yeah, Hasbro do that, don't they? Hasbro think we forget about it.
It's got a new face.
Tim's got in the chat, isn't it?
I would prefer the other version of him when you first play him in the game, where he's got all the bandage stuff wrapped around and he's got that looks so much cooler. Yeah, when he looks a bit more. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah. It reminds me of Soul Reaver when he played Soul Reaver. Yeah, I remember Soul Reaver on the PlayStation. That was a good game. Yeah.
Because the actors. Because I watched the other week, but it was a film and it was like, there's the guy who plays Starkiller. He's in a few films.
Starkiller. Yeah, he was in The Mist. Do you remember The Mist? Stephen King's Mist?
Yeah, he was the US soldier, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a soldier at the base.
And his name, Sam Witwer.
Yeah, Witwer.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, he did the voice in Andor for the Scarif Trooper.
Yeah. I always get his name wrong. It's Adi Mindu.
Kai Adimonde. Yeah. Kai Adimonde. He's got 2 brains.
Yeah,
Binary. He's got two binary brains. Yeah.
But this one's not spring 2024.
Yeah, it's like a year and something away. It's like, why? Why do that?
Yeah. It's the novelty is where.
They are just doing this to make sure that you stick with the 6-inch. They're doing it a year in advance. Yeah, they just know because they know people are getting fed up. Yeah, so,
did you notice? Besides the Walmart exclusive, there was no pre-orders, not one.
No, yeah.
It's not cool, though. It's not cool.
Well, what's the point pre-ordering anything now? Because Game come along and then sell it cheaper than anyone else and upset.
Yeah, they're right.
Which they've done these past weeks. They've upset Star Action figures and In Demand, all of them, because they go and sell the figures, and then so everyone goes and cancels their pre-orders and upsets them.
Yeah, the small. This is in the pipe. This is pipeline, isn't it?
Matt's already got.
I've already got one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt did it. Yeah, with a Jabba Hutt bowl on the top.
Yeah, I might change it though. Put an R5 head on the top. I might do.
Oh yeah, because it's going to be in. Yeah. That was a good tip, because I'd said at the time there were so many people on Facebook groups.
Yeah, I know.
Modding their fighters and then people were talking about how do you get?
Yeah, you said,
I just said, watch Matt's video. Watch Matt's video.
Yeah, and then some other guy said, yeah, I thought of that already, and I'm like, oh, did you? Okay.
They didn't stop in.
Did you watch my video?
Yeah, that was good. It was good, and they sell a lot of those at Echo, don't they? The Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, they sell they're in packets.
You can get them in little baggies.
Yeah, buy yourself a
buy some of them, you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, that's way more. That's going to be way more detailed. I think that's probably going to be quite a few quid. That ship is going to be at least 152, probably 2. No one else breaks.
It's going to be weird because how do you that's how big, because it's got to scale up to the Razor Crest, doesn't it?
They'll use the same mold as the Power of the Force one, probably.
Yeah, they'll just add bits on. Yeah. They'll probably use the re-released Naboo Starfighter with the canopy that slides out, and they'll amend that. They'll just change the end. They'll take it because the engines come off, so they'll add loads of stuff to the engines. And add a few, like they might even put stickers on it, and then they'll spray it silver, won't
they? They should. I mean, it's nice.
Hopefully, weather it.
Nice that they're doing. Well, it's not black. It's not a Black Series ship, is it? It's a
vintage collection.
Anymore. Yeah. I think the last one was the Snow Speeder. That was nearly 2 years ago now, so they ain't making any more black. Really.
Oh,
yeah. This was the best thing, really. Yeah, one of the best things announced. Yeah.
I've only got the one angle of it, but yeah.
This will sell. This one will be popular. I think this. You won't see this one on in the bin. The reduce.
No,
section.
even I'm going to get that one.
It's a game, isn't it, for 55 quid at the moment? So
yeah,
it's nice.
And it opens up, and that's the key to selling it. It opens up.
Well, I reckon that's going to be more than the other ones.
Yeah, it's going to be more because of they're going to have to
more moving parts, isn't it? And
they've had to design it so
That's a definite one.
I know back to Transform. I can't remember his name. It's not Blaster. It's Twin.
I thought it was Twin Tweets. Twin Tweets. I thought I said Tweeter, wasn't it? Tweeter.
Anyway, I don't know why I put that one up. I don't know why I put that one up. Yeah.
Oh, he just likes it. Yeah, you like it.
Yeah.
He's got speakers for legs,
and that's eject. He came with eject and rewind. So
did he?
It's just a mod.
Did you get fast forward in it? Did you get fast forward?
Yeah, fast forward, eject and rewind.
Yeah.
So this is the core class Grimlock, and everybody is going, "Oh my god, it's terrible!
What
the whole look at it, it's all empty." But you got to remember, Transformers are for kids as well.
Oh, they are for kids. They are for kids
as well. But yeah, I mean that's got a lot of hollow. I like to call them soap dish Transformers because
they're just cheap ones, aren't they? Yeah,
it's cheap, but that does. That does go into I can't remember his name. Volcanotron, which is
all the Dinobots together, is it?
Yeah. So you've got Grimlock is a leg, and you got Snarl. This is Snarl and Slag. Oh, sorry, Slug. But if you're American, it's Slag. If it's English, it's Slug now. But they're not releasing the other ones until way off. So
no, it's mostly a lot of stuff. Things to be Hasbro releasing way off. So
it'd be like
wait a long time for figures. It's a joke, isn't it?
It'd be like the Constructicons. They brought out Motormaster and Dragstrip, and then drip feed you with the other ones later. But back to Star Wars. Here we go. This is
I like that. I do like that.
Everybody's gonna get that on.
The young face of the old face.
They could have done something with the knees, though, couldn't they? That's very bad. Why they couldn't have added paint into a darker tone of paint into the plastic, the knee bits, if green or it's bad.
Yeah, they could look like knee pads. You know what I mean?
They could have they thought about it. They could have, but
But then people, obviously it's is it Rex? Is it not?
Yeah, it's just an old Endor trooper. So
not Rex. I never
You can take the face off, and could you take the face off and put the the Hoth Rebel trooper? You could have
hopefully they've got any brains. Yeah, they've made it so you can swap the faces over. Yeah,
because then you can have loads of them. Tons of them. People will be like spraying
you could paint the beard.
Paint the beard. Yeah, you could paint the beard.
Yeah, you could have a brown beard, a red beard, black beard.
I think I'll probably get it. I'll probably be up for getting that one.
Yeah, you'd be up for that one. Yeah, I've still got my I got my Hoth trooper out of the box. He's probably one of the only ones I actually had got him out.
He's one of the best ones, isn't he? Really, I think.
He is.
Yeah. One of the best. Yeah.
Yes, it's strange though why they haven't done it in vintage collection again. It's like
Celebration Darth Vader.
What a load of pants! What a load of pants!
That's an exclusive. That
what a load of pants! No one. Yeah.
So is that just it's a remold of?
It's just the Empire figure redone. Yeah.
Hasn't got the blue.
And it's in a new box. It's just a new refresh, as they call it. Package refresh. That's their new Hasbro technical term.
Yeah.
They don't say repaint. They say package refresh. That's
I mean, to be honest, the red effects look better than the one they had in their hand.
They look like them. marble, doesn't it, of some sort?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look better in this picture, but the one they showed on the live stream is a bit. It's a bit
that
like
girl that don't know nothing.
Who spilt some red paint on Darth Vader?
That's the girl who keeps saying, "Oh yeah, the key moment with the Rancor holding the stormtrooper." Yeah. Where's that?
Oh yeah. What about?
She's never seen Star Wars in her life.
It hasn't got the chain on the cape either. Did you notice that, Matt? The Darth Vader on that hasn't got the chain on the cape.
No.
He did it with the Jedi.
They've cut that, save money in it by just putting the cape together. It's saves a lot of money. Yeah.
So
I think it looks.
Are they going to get the Luke as well then? Do the Luke in red?
No, it's just one-off figure. It's Revenge of the Sith. It's a Revenge of the Sith figure. So
what you're paying for is the presentation in the box for an exclusive.
Yeah.
What it is.
This will be like those other, like the Hoth, that Hoth set with Han and Leia that no one bought. That was an exclusive at the Celebration or one of them. And then you could buy it for like, was it a tenner on what's that shop? What's that Toy Dip or something?
George Aiken got me in Scuba one for $19.99.
That's it. Place. Yeah, that was it.
$19.99. They were good because they look good in the box. So you
they do. Yeah, this will be the same thing. It will be on. You'll find it. Yeah. Game will have it. Game will probably have them out for 10.
Yeah.
I don't like novelty figures. That's why I don't buy the Christmas ones. I don't really pick up the carbonized ones. I don't like them. I'm not. No. I'd rather have them looking as they are. So
yeah, there was loads
of clones. There was a clone trooper from Andor, which looked really nice. Vintage collection. There was the Darth Vader with a movable helmet.
The vintage Darth looked good.
That was right. Yeah.
Carbat looked really nice.
I didn't grab everything. It's just those.
No, just grab the Transformer ones.
There was some GI Joe stuff as well, but I don't know what. I don't know what I mean. Power Rangers as well.
I know, they made it. What did they call it? They had a Star Wars live stream, and they decided to have a GI Joe day as well on the same day.
It wasn't live.
Don't they talk? Don't they talk? Don't they talk?
Oh, they took the chat off as well, didn't they?
If you actually watched the Star Wars one, it wasn't live because there was so many.
It was pre-recorded.
It was pre-recorded, and they cut out the chat. There was no chat, and there was no comments. Turn the comments off. So how can you engage with your fan group? And how can you engage with your customers when you turn everything off? That don't make any sense at all.
Yeah, well, they don't like doing live, do they? They can't do live, so that's why they pre-recorded it. So I could get it right.
Because you do what we're doing right now with our chat. You talk about it. If people like it, if they don't, they're this and that. So why turn it all off?
Yeah, no, they were going to get a load of grief. They're always going to get grief, aren't they?
Should come with long. Yeah, they did come with long coats, didn't they? Yeah.
They should have a coat. Yeah, they should have a coat in there as well. Yeah. They should have done a deluxe thing with coat and extra. This will a class in this as a deluxe, and no one's going to pay £34, not $34.99 for it. No one's going to pay that.
No.
I refuse to pay £30 for Ned Bean. I'm still not buying it.
Look at this.
Yeah, I think the back is out.
Thanks, Steve. I do. Make Transformer pictures. Oh, sorry,
Sharon. This week. Good news.
Sorry, what were we going to say then, Shabby?
I wasn't. Matt was going to say something.
Oh, sorry.
It's a deluxe swappable head. Yeah, that's the deluxe bit, isn't it? Swappable head, which is rubbish.
I don't know. It's like we were talking about it now. When you've collected, I mean, I've collected Black Series since the start, and I don't know. I don't know.
10 years.
10 years of it, and I've got over, like I said, 300 of them around me. Yeah. And the thing is, it's going to have to be a figure for me to pay this amount of money now, because the amount of hands, loop players, everything else. When you're bringing out a character that's been on the screen for like 25 seconds, I'm not really going to go out and spend $30 on it, $35 on it. I'd rather wait till it goes on and play it.
Yeah, going to Celebration. I'm hoping to.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the price. I saw the prices for the autographs.
Oh God! Yeah, terrible.
The cheapest one's like £95.
The picture with Hayden Christensen is £200, and an autograph is £200. You're going to spend £400 and something to see Hayden Christensen.
They see us coming, didn't they? Come on, off the cliff. Pay your money, get off the cliff.
Yeah. Sorry, that's Sorry, that's way too much to see someone. Yeah. You just stalk them, don't you? That's what you do. You find out where they're staying in London and just stalk them and get a free picture on autograph outside.
What you do?
That's what people do. That's what the proper autograph hunters do. Because they never pay. They don't pay for them, and then they go and sell them. But they don't.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
You find out.
It's a nice beta site, and I think for people that don't really collect Black Series, or say, for example, you go into Celebration and it's a nice souvenir to get. I mean, it's a great beta, don't get me wrong, but for people like ourselves, this is like the 10th one, and this is like
Si's not been to Celebration before, has he? So it's something to have if he's been. Yeah. But to say, a lot of people are going just to meet each other, aren't they? So, on Celebration.
Yeah, that's it. Are you doing a video? Someone's asked me if I was doing a video. You can do a video? I might do a little.
Well, tomorrow?
Yeah,
film you. What, you want me to film you, do you?
No.
Want me to film you, follow you around and film you?
In a way of having fun.
Cheek. He thinks he's asking for autographs, and now he's asking.
No, I was thinking, are you going to do a video, Matt? Little.
I might do, yeah. See how busy it is, because last time I could have done a video and I didn't, but it's going to be hard. All those people coming up to you and saying, "Oh, hello." It's like, I can't film nothing. Could you please? Please leave me alone for 5 minutes while I film something. Come on, stop harassing me. Stop it, please. Please.
What I'm going to do, Matt?
If I'm next to Tez, if I'm stood next to Tez, I've got no chance. So,
what I'm going to do, Matt?
chance.
I'm going to dress Josh up in like a bouncer.
Yeah, with sunglasses.
Like tie, like that,
Yeah, go, man, baby, go away.
Man, baby,
go away. Yeah. I'll be filming and going, Matt. No, I'm filming figures, please.
I don't know what to do. I was thinking that maybe you could like get your phone and then just go up to people who you know and go, "What have you bought? What does Echo mean to you?" Just like a little sound. I might just do one of them.
Thanks, Tez. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah,
we'll do that. We'll do a joint video, Matthew. There you go.
If I remember to take my stuff when I get up at crazy time tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock to go all the way up to Birmingham.
Hey, what if our friend Biker Scout is going to get the Black Series Biker Scout helmet? Do you think he is?
Well, I should think so. Oh. Are we going to see? Yeah. Who the hell's that? Who's the hell's put that in there? So.
What have you said? I've scooped up to the chat.
Someone's put a swear word in there. So.
I've gone way up the chat because I'm trying to backtrack. Ready.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a great figurine. If you want it, get it. If it's nice to pick up and so on. I just think, in my opinion, it's just a novelty in it. It's like.
Yeah, they did the Kylo Ren at one of the last ones. That was quite. They had the helmet that burnt. The crushed, burnt.
Yeah, there we go. Andy's got it. Shabby's mum can make coats for the.
She can. Can she make 6-inch figure coats? You ever tried anything like that?
Sure can. When me and Si were kids, we really wanted we had loads of Action Man figures, and we really wanted a Batman. My mum made Batman outfits for our Action Man figures. They were awesome. Yeah, that could have been cool.
Yeah. Have you seen those 7-inch He-Man figures, Shabby?
The ones, the 5 KOA ones.
Yeah, they're re-releasing the vintage ones, but they're 7-inch. But they got weapons, and He-Man's got I think do their arms bend or something? They're 7-inch. Yeah.
Oh, so David, what was it? Geek Dad Life. I've heard of him.
Yeah, Geek Life, because he's really into Ghostbusters and He-Man, isn't he? So. Hi.
Shut off, Chris. 20 quid.
Is Chris coming? Is Chris coming tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't think he is.
Probably trying to come near all the Star Wars fans, isn't he? He's a bit worried. So
yeah, he might say something.
He's a bit worried.
Is VOE's going, isn't he?
No, I don't think so. Is he going? Is he going? I think it's a long way to cycle all that way to Redditch.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a yeah.
Do the actual actors make up the prices, or do the people at there make up the prices?
It's the Reed Pop. Is it Reed Pop who run the Star Wars? They decide all that. and then they decide it between their managers, and their manager says, "Oh, they need this much money. He wants this much money to come to an event." Yeah, and then they work it out. They have to pay them. They pay that, and then they got to make a profit, haven't they? They got to make a profit to pay their.
I remember when Jason went to a celebration here, Matt, and I'm not going to say because but he told me how much his he got, and I was like, "This is expensive."
Well, yeah. I would go with car part one still. Always go with car part one. Number one always means a best. But I will be parking in the train station to rent it back tomorrow because my mate's driving. And he's got a van.
Car park. VIP car park.
So I've heard it's the Doggers car park. So just be warned.
On a Saturday in the afternoon.
You gotta worry in that train station. You gotta worry. Yeah.
Oh, we've got some people. We've got some guests on down. We've got both. We've got Andy, and Matt. I was only expecting Matt tonight, but they're sharing. They're sharing.
You're sharing a screen.
Sharing a screen, just the two of us.
Yeah.
So welcome guys to Andy and Matt from Keep On Collecting, and here they are. Oh.
Good morning. It's too bad.
How's everyone?
We're all good. What time is it? About 7, 8, 6:30?
I think it was supposed to start at 7, Tez.
What do you mean? I can't believe it.
No,
you watch, yeah. Did you watch any of that? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It happens. It's happened to us on one of our live streams as well.
Monday night. Monday night that happened, Tez. To make you feel any better, I started playing the countdown. I played the intro, and my missus is yelling out, "I can't see anything." I went, I've got to press that live button. Start again.
Yeah. I think I've
and I bet all your good conversation was lost at the beginning.
Yeah, they were just. I didn't see anybody in the chat.
Yeah, we were just reacting to the chat.
I can't see anything on the screen. They were just like having a jolly.
There was nothing coming up. Where are they? There was nothing.
It's a shame because we had so much inside information. We know what the next Star Wars movie is, what Hayden is.
Yeah. This is my on my channel. This is my 100th stream. So there you go.
There you go. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
100 streams, he still can't get it right.
I knew it was around 90 something, but yeah, apparently. Oh my God.
Listen, I laugh if we'd done the whole thing and we hadn't done it live. That would have been even worse. You two guys would have come on. And
one of our earliest interviews with a friend of ours, Ryan the Collector Kid, he's in Western Australia. Anyway, we sort of like when we first met him, we said, we'll set up a bit of a talk and things like that, and we'll record it. Yep. Did the whole hour and a half chat. Not recorded. Recorded zip. So we had to redo it. We had to redo it on a later date, and all that sort of like it just wasn't as connective.
No.
Yeah.
It's not the same, is it?
Like, no. But we'd already met.
You started to
at the beginning and just gone.
As an editor, the camera guy would go out and like with a presenter and like, today we're going around such and such and we're filming this guy, and they would get the camera, right, and it'd be recording, and it'd be on record, and they go, right, what I want you to do is just stay there and talk about these things here, and then I'll ask you some questions, and then they would go action, and then because it was recording, they would press the stop button, and then they would do like what they would film for like 40 minutes. But it wasn't recording, and then they would press stop, which would actually record. And then I used to get that loads, and then they used to come into my edit suite and blame me. It's like, what? I wasn't the camera.
Somebody's head's always got a roll. Remember?
yeah. But we used to call it backward filming when you're recording. You're on pause. Yeah.
It's like that time I went on Only Ones, and I didn't know we were live. Do you know what I mean?
What were you saying, Chevy?
Yeah, of course. And all sorts.
He's done this live stream it was on for hours, and I'd gone off for my dinner, and I got a message, and it was off only one. He said, "Jabby, if you want, you can come back on." So I thought, "Oh, great! They're probably talking behind the scenes because he's been on for 2.5 hours." So he probably. So I just pick up my phone, and my wife, my kids. I've got nothing set up, anything, effing and blinding this, that, so. And I was on it for about half an hour until Daniel Sharp went, "Shabby, you do know we're live, right?"
Yeah,
and I went,
bit
"What?"
blue, isn't it? Bit
I had
blue.
no idea at all. I could have said anything.
Well, you did say quite a bit, didn't you? Cool.
You
said quite a bit. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Bo isn't going tomorrow. He's not going.
Oh, it's a long way. Long way on his bike.
I'm not going. I'll have a lie-in instead.
You could go and pick him up, Tez. Yeah. You can go.
G'day, Luke. I see Luke in the chat there.
Mr. Reynolds? Mr. Reynolds?
Yeah,
Reynolds standing. Reynolds is standing.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
And Detty, no sandwiches tonight, Detty.
Yeah.
No, staying away.
Yeah.
I was going to say, in Australia, because there is an Australian Echo Live Facebook group. Do they have an Echo Live in Australia?
Not that I've heard of it.
No, there's no Echo group in Australia.
I thought they had one.
No, they got one in Germany or somewhere.
Oh, right.
Yeah, or Germany or Switzerland or somewhere. There's one. There's a European one.
I've not rejoined Echo Live.
No, you got banned. You got banned. Gets banned from a lot of things.
You try and sell something. On there. They rip you in your.
What did you put on Facebook today? I saw you made a comment about something. You upset. I thought, oh, crikey, he's going to get banned from this.
Here we go again. Yeah.
What did you put? You put
it was on Twitter. On Twitter. Oh no, someone put a GIF up.
Did you read that comment, Matt? Rob's Retro, the Mo2 Point Dread and Talon Fight Elite is coming out this spring.
Oh, exciting!
Is that the one the evil thing?
The bird that goes on top, yeah.
Bird
Dread is like the add-on bit, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, actually, Chebby, I know you get the Mo2 stuff, but I picked up. I picked up the. We didn't get much of the Mo2. We didn't get much of the Mo2 first season, the Origin what I found yesterday was the Snake Men. Have you got that at all? The Snake Men?
No, not yet. I've not found them.
Oh, look at that!
That's funny. We picked up because I've got the whole. I ended up getting the whole sort of set.
Wow! Look at that. Cool.
That's Bolt Man.
Oh, you haven't got that yet, Shabby.
I don't know what he bolts things together or something, but
Australia's got something before everyone else.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
I'm tripping over all this stuff. The He-Man's quite good, but
that's all.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so snake armor He-Man. These ones were unpunched, actually. They were just sitting on the shelf.
Wow.
And I grabbed them, and the lady said, well, you just got the whole box.
You cleared the shop out.
Yeah, I was just, you got to be, Johnny on the spot sometimes. And,
you got to with those, yeah.
And spot.
Yeah, that's good. You got that
exclusive.
But sometimes it's. I mean, they got them on the back there.
Yeah,
got that beautiful artwork. Yeah, so they're so hard to get in Australia. These Origins lines, we missed probably the first four waves or something.
Which is weird. They did re-release the first 4 waves. Did you not get the second wave in there?
No, we didn't. We didn't anything. It's we don't know why. Like them tell dinosaurs and that, as you can see behind me and all that.
Yeah, we got dinosaurs.
We get them all. In fact, a lot of them we've been getting before America. We watch. Do you know Greg Cook?
Yeah.
Yeah. We watch his channel all the time because he goes around all the Walmarts and things like that. And you can see what's on the. That's why we watch it, because we can see what's on the shelf in America, and then gauge what might be coming out to Australia or coming through,
or not coming out.
Yeah, or not coming out of Australia. But it's funny what some countries get and other countries don't. And for some reason, the Origins.
Like I say, that wave's not even out in America. But the funniest thing is, at the moment, I got into my Walmart and it's completely gone of Mo2 Origins and Masterverse. So I thought that's a bit weird. Not even on clearance. And then Andy at Hollow Chronicles gave me a ring.
Put us back to split screen.
Oh, sorry. There we go. I was just trying to catch up.
Just talking to ourselves. Yeah.
I'm getting worse, aren't I? I'm going to give this lark up.
So Andy went to Target. He said, is there any Motor Origins there you want me to pick up? And I said, oh, have a look for this. And he said there was none in there either. So that's a bit weird.
No,
I think.
G'day, Stu.
Oh, you got that.
I mean, it might be a distribution problem where they haven't made. You know, but that's lovely. Look at that. Yeah,
we reckon that.
It's weird though, because I've got the original on my video when me and Lucy open it. It doesn't weigh anything. Yet the other vehicle, because of the mechanic in it, with the ripcord, it was a bit heavy. But
not this one.
The only sort of like place or the box item we got was the Battle Cat.
No vehicles.
That's no vehicles, no nothing. Battle Cat. We got Battle Cat, He-Man, and Skeletor. And so you go to the shelf and there's like 20 Skeletors. And it's like, what do we do with all these excess He-Mans? I'll dump them down in Australia, you know?
Yeah. It's like it was like the G.I. Joe guy. What was the G.I. Destro, the pimped one with the gold and what was it?
Yeah, we still see that.
They were everywhere, weren't they? They all sent to Australia.
We still see it, yeah.
Yeah,
but the Mattel dinosaur stuff, we seem to have, in fact, get even we get them more regularly than the Americans.
It's crazy that they make them in China, which is right. Well, I'm saying that it's nearer to you than it is to us, and it's crazy.
Well, the dinosaurs are made now in Vietnam.
Oh, even closer.
Yeah, that's why I think we're getting them because of the distribution problems with China that the world's sort of having.
Yeah.
And Mattel Origins are made in China, so I think they're having that issue of getting them out of China and into distribution. Where now I think they're converting their manufacturing to say Vietnam, where it's easier to get out of the country, you know, and so so unfortunately the Origins,
the old days where they made the toys in the country you were actually in. So you know.
Well, that's right, because we had Toll Toys, which was Australian, and which like Pally Toy in England.
Yeah.
And so the Toll Toy, I had a Toll Toys land speeder once when I was young. That's gone, but I wish I still had it.
Has Toll Toys finished then? Is Toll Toys an old line like Palitoy?
Yeah, they must have finished in the. Were they finished in probably early '80s? They finished up, I think.
Yeah, right. So
but you don't see toys anywhere though. It's very rare to find them. Is it boxes?
Toys like landfill, like the supposedly one in Leicestershire with the Palitoy.
Oh no, I don't know about that. Probably they dumped it, but
they might. Yeah, they might.
They're not that inquisitive in Australia.
Yeah, if they did, it would have housing on top of it anyway. Now, I mean,
did Toll Toys make anything else except Star Wars? Did they make other toys, or was it just Star Wars?
Yeah, they did because remember Smash Up Derby?
All right, yeah.
You know that they got that the chrome one. I mean, I
you can't go get that.
I could flex and go get it and show you.
Get it.
Yeah, go find it, man.
Yeah,
we'll be back in like 10.
10 minutes.
Knocks everything over.
Bang!
You've got plenty of time. We're not live, so you've got.
We're not live. We got to go back and put.
That's all right.
20 minutes without going like, you know.
I think we made a Jow. I remember we made a Jow out of it, didn't we? Told Chris Jow.
Star Wars stuff, yeah. So there's the Smash Up Derby. You remember that?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So that's the Australian one, yeah. So it's the same thing on the back. So you pull the rip cord and that makes that that sound. And it's great. But so they made a lot of the copy of the Hasbro stuff and things like that. So
it's Toll Toys after Andrew. Is it all sought after now? Toll Toys. If you can find Toll Toys, you're like, I'm clicking all the.
Oh yeah, it's like Pally Toy, I suppose, in England. If you get the Pally Toy version of the Star Wars stuff, it's like extremely expensive because the companies are gone. You know, and they made more. They made less amounts in that range. So
Wow. Yeah.
But it's a shame.
Tall Toys, do they make games as well, or am I thinking of something else?
No, they made they made all sorts of things. Yeah. Yeah. So
for $49.
I got it for 24. It's gone back up to 50 on Target online now. But yeah.
Yeah, but these Origin ones, I mean, that's like Matt's got the originals. He's got a big collection of the originals. I think you're only missing a couple of things now, aren't you?
A few things.
Yeah,
it's hard to get one. It's at the end of the line.
So I didn't want to go down that path. I have got an original like Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull and you know just a couple of the main on their Battle Cat and Panfor and that's it. And because I said to Matt, it'd be easy to collect the new ones because they'll be cheaper and more plentiful, and I'll just collect the new line. And they're harder and dearer to get than the original.
I know it don't make sense, does it?
No. But I got the exclusive camo Khan, the one with the big cobra head. And I don't know whether you saw my video or not, but the actual card back, it comes out and opens up. I put a picture of it on Twitter today. Well, the thing is, on all the Easter eggs that they put on the card, this one, it had the two giants that were only sold in Italy, and it had the dinosaurs. And what I was suggesting, because we're getting the Eternia playset, maybe they'll come as the next Mattel creative, that kind of thing. Their HasLab, if you will be the giants and the dinosaurs. So, I
think the dinosaurs will be classed as vehicles. I think you'll get maybe a couple of the dinosaurs, but
be massive,
the giants will be.
They'll be sought after, definitely. So I think they'll be the next ones that'll come. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll probably miss out. Yeah.
Every time I get onto creations, I can't get anything. So
I remember you messaging me, but the actual Frogmonger that was up for about an hour. So I thought, wow, you must have really just missed out then on that one.
I just missed out. Yeah. I overslept. Wow. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. in the morning. I overslept. An hour. That was it.
I don't know why they don't go back to what they did before. That made to order, where you had two days to get it in, and that worked brilliantly. I thought, that you had the 2 days to order it, get it in, and then it's not coming to July, but at least you get hold of it. You should, I think people like us don't think about people in Australia have to get up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning just to order it.
Yeah,
it's made to order. Everyone has got enough, it doesn't matter what time of day, they've got 2 days. So.
Yeah, we've got X amount to build.
Yeah, sometimes they do it in America and it's at work and people are working in the day. They can't stop to order a toy, can they? It's so sorry.
They can. Of course, they can.
No, they're not. But I mean, the last one was 12 p.m. on a Tuesday. So you're right, Matt. If you're a toy collection, you at work 12 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like the I got the Razor Crest, but when it came out, the HasLab thing, we had it on there's a company here in Australia called Zing that's a pop culture store, and I saw it on the website and went, oh yeah, I'll think about that overnight. Gone, pre-sold out, and I went and I was crying, and then but lucky I ran into the owner of the company. And in the store, he was visiting one of the stores, and I said, "Look, I've missed out on the Razor Crest." And he goes, "Don't worry, mate. Someone will drop out," and they did. But I was lucky to get that one because they just like doubled in price once they're all gone.
Yeah, and I bet there's not many. There's not many in Australia, so.
No, well, I mean, I did a video on it. I think there's probably only one other.
I know Si's got one.
Si's got one, yeah.
Our size.
Yeah.
It's
like the sail barge. I think there's like one guy, is it, who's got that sail barge who like Retro Blasting took over for him. So
well, we saw it at the last toy show at the end of last year. There was a fellow there selling one.
Oh right.
And he wanted I got him down to 3,500, I think.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy it, but I said, how much will you go down to? But what annoys me is when
I'm not like walk off.
Yeah, but they made the sail barge, so they've spent all that money, Hasbro, for the molds, made these sail barges. Why don't they mass produce them? What's You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still there, aren't they?
Yeah.
The molds are still there. I just don't understand why they wouldn't mass produce something that everybody wants. It's like, oh, everybody wants it. Okay, we'll only make 2 of them. You know?
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
You know, but we'll get Skeletor and make 1 billion of them when only people want one off.
Don't get me started with that Eternia.
Yeah. I guess if they make more of the HasLab thing, it'll just die. People go, I'm not bothering with that. So they've got to keep it exclusive, haven't they?
Yeah,
they should have just made more available, shouldn't they? It should have made more available.
Yeah, they should have made more available. I think you know, at least double the amount, and to cover the rest of the world. I mean, they would have got their money back on them for
100%.
sure.
Yeah, but this is something we've been talking about for years, the distribution, this, that, and then you're reading the news in the past month that they're 15% down and they've got to let people go, and we're like, well, you know, give us more stuff and we'll all buy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know, they seem to be, it's we're going, we're running out of money. We'll put it out an X-Wing, but we'll charge 3 times the price. But people go, no, I'm not going to buy it. And they're cutting around. It's sort of a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Bring stuff out that people haven't got. Bring out new stuff that people haven't got. Stop bringing out the same stuff everyone's got.
Don't charge like down here to get an X-Wing. You're looking at $250 or $300.
Yeah.
You know, they've got that Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, Slave One,
that's it.
And they want $400 and something for it down here.
Yeah.
I'll pay tomorrow, sorry. Pay tomorrow.
Yeah, I remember that. Ed put that in the chat. Yeah, Jesse's got one, hasn't he? Jesse's got
yeah.
Ed.
Ed.
On Twitter, I just sent you a picture of Usual Mike. You'll love this new picture of Usual Mike.
Is it your face on it? Has it got your face on it?
Is that
that's your thumbnail, isn't it? Well, your head's on Usual Mike's body.
You just ruined it, Matt. You just ruined it.
Oh. Hey, it was ruined.
It's going to be another one. Sorry, mate. Sorry. See, Sammy's trying to make himself look younger now. He's anything to make himself look younger.
It looks good, actually. Let me just.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, Shabby, have you got any of your childhood toys still?
Yeah, we just opened loads of them. So, side, come inside. Oh, hang on.
Oh, go. Here we go. What are we doing? Wait in. We're waiting.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Oh my God, that's scary looking. It is, isn't it? Look at that. Crikey.
That's good, man.
Crikey, you can see your neck there, Shabby. Crikey. Yeah.
I said to her, Claire, can you do anything with Usual Mike? And she sent that back to me. I thought, brilliant, Claire.
Yeah,
brilliant.
poor Mike.
That's good. Good work.
What Mike wants to do, Mike wants to get that and blow that picture up, cut it out, and then on his next video, actually wear it as a mask.
Yeah.
And then go like that. No, it is Mike. It isn't Shabby. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I've still got some of my. I have 3 brothers, Andrew, and we never threw anything away because we weren't a rich. What is it? We weren't a rich family, so we looked after everything, if you will, and tried to keep everything as nice as we could. And the thing about it is, there's 5 years between me and our sire, my youngest brother. So everything was like more or less passed down. When we'd finished with it, it went down and down.
Okay.
So sire had the plumbers in a couple of months ago. They had new radiators fixed and that kind of thing. And he had to get into the loft where the boiler was and take stuff out. Well, he'd gone up there and he'd found these massive tubs.
It would be tight.
So he's brought them down and he's opened them and he said, "Oh, Shabby, you've got to have wait till you see what's in here." So what I said to him, I said, "Well, why don't we do a live stream doing these tubs?" Well, we opened the first one and there's all those Motu figures. I mean,
they're great.
The wrestling figures in there and there's this in there. But the thing is, with us being 4 of us, because I don't remember having wrestling. So obviously they were my little brothers. Do you see what I mean? Well, yeah. I was going through these wrestling figures and so I picked up this one called a Lex Luger. It had a black and silver thing on, like a tunic on, if you will. I'm watching Rye's Toys a couple of days after. So I'm watching Rye's Toys and he was ecstatic. He'd gone to Pennsylvania Toy Fair and he'd found this Lex Luger and apparently he was going, "I can't believe I found it. How rare these are. They were only sold in the UK exclusives." And it was Galoob that made them. And they only made him for that. So I went on eBay to look at it, and the cheapest one I found on eBay was $200, and it was battered. So, but the thing is, and Si said, oh, and then he pulled out all those Star Wars figures, and apparently there's Transformers still to go. He said he's had a look at, but we'll do the next tub one we're going to do is the end of February, so we'll go through them all. But yeah, we kept it all. Most of my vintage Star Wars behind me is one I had as a kid. So
okay, excellent. Yeah. Well, most of mine ended up in landfill. So had one of those. My father was. They were big in the sort of cars and things like that, and and all my child sort of toys that weren't in my bedroom was sort of in this cupboard. And when I got sort of older, and go, where those things that all gone to landfill back in the day, and I was going, no.
I do. We hear horror stories. We'll sit here, me and Sam will hear about people's mums selling it or giving it to the neighbours, which is normal. That's what you did. We didn't when we were young. It wasn't as if collecting was a big deal for toys, if you will. So mums would do that. To donate them to a jumble sale or to a church or give them the next door neighbour's kids. But my mum never did. She once we finished, she up and put it away. So
my mum was the same. It was it was just because mine was when I was I don't know, about like 12 or something. I had all the boxes, so I just put all the ships back in the boxes and wrapped them up in bin bags, and me and my mum put them in the attic. And she said, "You're going to keep these on. You're going to keep these on." I says, "Yeah, don't throw them away." And then, they were just always there, always there.
I'm only missing one childhood thing now that I haven't got back. Well, there was remember the Disney's The Black Hole?
Yeah.
Well, I'm only missing that he was called Old Bob. He was like the bashed up.
Oh yeah, Old Bob.
Yeah.
Old Bob.
Get one of him now. You're looking at probably about 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah.
And you know how much like my parents they were pretty big here in Australia at the time. The Mego stuff and I think they paid like 50 or 60 cents for.
Did you ever pick up the Diamond Select ones? You ever seen the Diamond Select that got released?
Yeah, I got the 2 Diamond Select ones there.
I've got because
that's the only old Bob version I can get. Can afford.
Go on, Matt.
I sat down the other day and watched it on Disney Plus again. I wanted to see what they've done with it, and it's not a bad transfer on Disney Plus. It's not a bad film.
It is.
Oh, it's a great.
I haven't seen it on Disney Plus. Do they still does Maximilian still kill him with the? I saw that at the cinema with my parents, and
that was
in
pretty
the day.
I saw the cinema as well.
And it was pretty dark, isn't it? It's a pretty dark sort of film.
It is dark.
When they took the silver dome off the guy's face, that got me when I was a kid.
Do you know they did an action? They only did so many in the world, but there's the zombie ones that you were talking about just then. They did
drone,
and I've still got the printout back from about at least 15 years ago. One in America sold because they didn't release that many. It was like 30,000 US. It sold for, and because people wouldn't believe me, but I printed it out. I printed out the eBay auction at the time, and it had bids on it, and it was up to 30,000. And I'm thinking to myself, what executive somewhere he's got that money that I've got to finish off my Black Hole series.
Well, it was just like that Morphy's auction. That double telescoping loop went for £34,000. I was watching it and I was like, what?
Because that's an auction in America, isn't it? So it's going to be
it was that one where they found all those figures. Remember, Mike did a video on it where they found all
those in the
some of the prices. I think it was. I only watched half of it, and it was up to £250 grand half. So it was like amazing what they did.
No, that's the one I'm talking about.
The only thing I had as a Black Hole as a kid was I remember getting a colouring book, and the little transfers. You used to get a scene and you used to rub them. And then there was in cereal they had the like stickers, and then you put them in the oven and they shrank. And they turned to
shrinky things.
Shrinky things. Yeah. The black hole stuff.
You know what I miss toys from cereals. I mean, when used to like we have a cereal in Australia called Wheat Bix, and they used to put trading cards in for years, something like 20 years. They did that.
Yeah.
They put their own trading cards line and toys, and
that's weird because my wife calls me Shrinky Dink. Now I don't
It's always is that why? Is that what the heat makes you shrink? You're talking about. It's always
it's why his arms are so long.
He's constantly shrinking in America. Crikey.
But I didn't know there was a ticket called it.
Well, he is. He's losing weight. He's constantly shrinking. Yeah.
There was some. I remember getting the Disney when Disney used to bring out a film in the 80s. Not that there were many, but I remember the Black Cauldron trying to collect all the Black Cauldron figures that were in Weetabix and things like that.
Like this, how do you?
No, I sent off in Rice Krispies. You could send off. You could get the coupons because I got a one of my GoBots. You could send off and get a GoBot, a little GoBot.
Oh,
yeah, you could eat those Rice Krispies.
Yeah, clearing them, just pouring them out, pouring them in the bin, getting in the box.
It's like when Star Wars came out and they had on Kellogg's the cereal. They had the sort of cut out the mask on the back of it.
Yeah.
And then cut it out, and you put the box back in the cupboards, facing the other way, so your parents would see it.
Brilliant.
I have something to share with you all that I'm intrigued about that I never ever. Well, I was watching Reynolds and Monkey Boys. They did that. They're doing that mask, the top 5 mask thing, and so forth. Well, the last video they just made, I hadn't heard of half of those masked vehicles, like the Goliath and the thing. I never knew that Mask went on for ages because, I thought I had quite a good knowledge of Mask. Do you know what I mean? But it's not until you see these toys and you think, whoa, what's that? That the Goliath thing with the Indy. I'd never even heard of that.
No, I didn't see them.
No. Well, that was the next, because Mask changed, didn't it, in a way? It was more racing near the end, wasn't it? It wasn't about fighting each other. Yeah, so they had all these other cars that were separated. I'm not sure. I don't got a clue really about Mask. So
that's what I thought it was like 1 or 2 waves. That's it. You remember the Rhino and you remember, what I mean, the wheel and all that stuff. But I was like, I could not believe it. I thought it must have ran for a few years then, Mask, to make.
Yeah, it must have. Yeah.
I think it ran into late 80s.
88, 89, did it? Yeah. Yeah.
Just like you think of the Transformers as well. That they ran into the 90s and then they recolored them all.
I don't think Transformers has ever stopped, though, has it? For me,
not really. No, not really. They were always they just reinvented.
We went to a. You might have seen a video. We did like an estate collection.
Right.
But the amount of Transformers that were in it but they were all modern, sort of more modern ones, weren't they, Matt?
They're not. They weren't the G1ers. There was one G1.
Yeah, Matt grabbed a G1 out of it, but there was just these big tubs and tubs, and they were all Transformers. It was a shame that I wasn't really sort of into Transformers because some of those modern lines, it was complete lines, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just amazing. I don't think they'll sleep. No, they weren't in great condition, but still, if you knew a Transformer collector that you could get it to.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, as you know, I'm quite into the Transformers, especially with G1 stuff. I don't buy lots of modern stuff, but you go back over the last 20 years. There's so many different waves that they brought out, and different core classes and different sizes. It gets confused. It gets confusing even for me. I can't keep up. It's just mad.
Well, it's like the Star Wars. They keep, even in the vintage line, they keep releasing the same. Like usual, Mike said in his last video, this like the thousands Darth Vader they've pumped out.
Yeah, right.
And you sort of lose the passion for it then. When they do that, they just keep releasing the same figure and. Yeah. He hasn't got a helmet. He hasn't got a hand. And you go, well, it's just
if you get into it might. That's because there's so many waves, and you've got to be sort of collectible literate sometimes. I mean, it might put people off. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my head can't handle it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Clone Troopers. They're totally lost there. I think I would probably only have like a quarter of them or something.
Yeah,
too many. Yeah.
They just keep pumping them out. Yeah, you have to be really on your game for to keep up with some of these toys.
army builders love them, but you only need really a few clones, don't you? When you've got a clone in your collection,
That's the one.
Yeah. You can't keep buying them when they want other creatures.
I mean, when that Star Wars book came out in 2010, with all the figures, I was amazed that there were 31 pages dedicated to
31 pages. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, right in the middle of it.
to Clone Troopers, and it's just like, God, you could probably fill the entire book with that now.
Yeah, but I've got a tub full of loose clones, just full of them.
Yeah. Give us more Cantina creatures, clones. We want Cantina creatures.
Yeah, Cantina creatures. Disco.
But it's funny how we react to stuff like that, though, because when it comes to G1 Transformers or Motu, you're not really bothered about repacks or repaints because that's how the line was. Even back then, it was the same type of figure, in different colours. So when Star Wars does it, we tend to kick off a bit. When Motu does it, we're like, that's awesome.
Well, Marvel do it, and we don't bother because Marvel keep re-releasing, don't they? But they just reuse the same body. Yeah. Don't need to worry about Marvel doing it. Yeah.
I believe all these Australians getting out of bed, eh?
I know. Look at this, all these Australians.
Pete as well, and
Peter's in the future, and he's already having his lunch, isn't he? I guess he's already.
This is what happens when we have big. This is what happens when we have big Aussie celebrities on, like, keep on collecting. This is what happens.
I was watching your guys' live stream the other day. So you going to a toy fair today? Is it today? You're going to go up and toy hunt today?
We're just meeting up with Scotty and a couple other friends of ours, the Taylors that we've had on our channel. And we've recently found there's a guy we've known you've known him for about 30 years. And he did a lot of the toy shows. He dropped off the radar for a little bit, but we found him again at the collector cons. And he's got this unit, and it's full of new toys, but also he's been collecting 30, 40 years. And he's got a lot of accessories and a lot of the older toys as well. So Andrew found a flag in our last visit about a month ago. Yeah. And but unfortunately it's already spoken for.
Yeah, he bought a big collection, $30,000 worth of G.I. Joe he bought.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of it was a flag, and I've always wanted a flag because it's just getting one from America with the postage and all that sort of thing. Yeah. And I saw it there, and oh my God, I got how much? And he goes, unfortunately, the deal was he borrowed money off a friend to buy the collection, and as interest, the friend wanted the flag. As an interest payment because he lent him the money, and I I'm holding this thing and I'm going,
mine.
Oh no!
I've only recently. I had some years ago, probably about I'd say about 15 years ago. I stopped off on the way to work. There was a church sale. They were getting ready for the next day for the weekend, and they were putting stuff up, and I knew they used to have toys. And this lady pulled up in this car. Anyway, I'll show you what was in there. It was all this old vintage G.I. Joe, and one of it was. I'll keep talking as I walk off.
I don't know if they can hear me.
Okay, we can hear him. Yeah.
One of it was this.
Oh wow!
Oh, sorry, Matt. That's it. One of it is if I
don't worry about Matt.
Yeah, hang on, I have to back up. Sorry, that's the arse of it, and I picked it up the wrong way there. Sorry. Yeah, so it's the G.I. Joe Command Center, a mobile command center, and everything. The only thing that's missing is 3 little missiles at the back here. On that.
Right. All right.
The rest of it was totally complete. And she had all these vehicles and figures, and I bought it all for like 30 Australian.
Wow.
I just said, I'll give you $30 for it. But I never...
It's 15 years ago.
It's 15 years ago. But the thing is, what the story is really is I never did anything with it. I still had them in the milk crate, the figures, the vehicles and that, and I've just sort of went, well, I'm not really into G.I. Joe, I'll just put it away. And now I've sort of gotten a sort of like a...
Now he's into G.I. Joe.
Yeah, got the G.I. Joe bug. And I started to get these things out. And I go...
And there, Andrew, because, like, in England, they never sold the Flag or the Defiant. Did they sell it in Australia?
I heard a rumor that they sold the Flag in Australia, but they probably, because it's so big, they probably only had 1 or 2 in a store. Or
so this guy that we're going to go and see today, he was telling us the story last time we visited. He remembered the Flag being in Kmart.
Yeah.
He said it was about 400 Australian in the day. And he remembers going through there. Of course, his mum and dad weren't going to buy it for him. So off to the smaller vehicles. But yeah, apparently it did. Yeah.
But this collection I sort of bought only was about a year ago when I had the guys over, and I go and all the weapons and that were there, and I go, what kid keeps every little weapon, things like that? But there was a few figures missing to the vehicle, but they had the weapons, and there was this little, those little parachutes had a little hard plastic parachute covers.
I remember them, yeah.
Well, I go, we'll open it up, and all the little guns was in it. The kid had put all the little handguns, the knives, all the stuff that you lose and becomes quite valuable.
Good question.
Wow. You got a question there for you. What are the trucks?
Sorry.
Behind you.
What are the trucks in the display behind them?
Here we go.
These ones. That's from the Kenner. Jurassic Park. Lost World.
This Lost World. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the actual the camper that they pushed over the cliff in the film.
Wow. Great scene. That's a great scene.
And in fact, there's a story on that. If you look on YouTube about that, some guys in America, they actually found the original one. It was on a guy's property.
No way.
They pulled it out and they restored it.
Brilliant.
They got it for like a couple of $1,000s. Totally restored it, and then they drove it into the who does Jurassic Park, the company, which Universal's. They drove it into Universal's car park, and the director and all that of Universal come out even to have a look at it. But quite amazing story actually if you find that on YouTube. How they restored it and got it out.
Wow. Cool.
That's
brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
That scene in Lost World is just like your heart's in your mouth on that scene. I love that scene. Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't like the last. We didn't like the last.
Oh God, it's awful.
It was awful.
I think it was a lost opportunity with the original guys, Sam Neill and that.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't seen it.
We won't spoil. Well, there's not much to spoil, really, but
It went dead. Yeah, it's not a good story at all. It's more about the humans than it is the dinosaurs.
It was lacking dinosaurs, and I think they tried. I think they try to rush these films sometimes. They just they got a date they have to do it by, and they rush it. So
just to get all that original cast back and just like not really make a good story with them. It was a bit,
Yeah. Geek Strong in the chat. He just said he didn't know they sold that vehicle.
Well, you're an influencer.
All right, John.
What do you look like with your weapons as kids? So you just said about that kid, he found all those accessories. What were you look like for weapons? Did you lose them? Did you keep hold of them? When I got Star Wars back, there was a few accessories in there, weapons, but all of them weren't there. So
when you most of them are the accessories, like the guns you lose. I mean, they go in your parents' place. It was usually that thick carpet. It's gone. Up in the vacuum cleaner. I mean, imagine those like the driver for that mobile command center. He's got a knife, which we looked up on eBay last night, and
about $100 just for the knife.
$100 just for the little knife, and but I've got the knife, but I haven't got the driver, and the driver must have broke, and parents have probably thrown it out, And but like with my childhood stuff, the accessories always went. They had little guns or little pieces.
We were pretty good as kids. Like we had a big bag of G.I. Joes and Star Wars, and we always collected them up. Like so, when I looked at those bags and Star Wars figures, most of the weapons were still in there. So we were pretty stoked by that. My brother's got all the original Star Wars figures, and he's really happy that he didn't have to go and rebuy them all.
Yeah. I used to just like put all the Star Wars weapons inside like like the Millennium Falcon, like shivering in the Millennium Falcon, and they'd go behind the cardboard and like, oh, there's one in there.
Yeah,
There's one in there. You find them years later. And,
I remember stripping down my original vintage AT-AT to fix the chin guns that weren't working, and took that base bit where the battery is in, and there was a Gomerian guard axe inside.
Yeah, I've fit stuff in
it's
there.
like a bonus. You can't believe
And
it's like going into like the National Treasure Museum or something. You find something behind a wall, and then it was like when I found in that thing, and I'm just going, oh, these parachute, and it cracked open, and all these little accessories found out, and I went, oh my god!
When I brought my Millennium Falcon down with the box down to Plymouth. I got it out of the attic and stuff, and like, oh, it's all there, cool. And then I got down to Plymouth and opened it up, and in on the chest table, I put, oh yeah, I remember that comes off. There was a B-wing pipe. It was my Imperial Gunner blaster, which is the same as the B-wing pilot, but it's a different. I was like, no way, that's in there. That's probably worth a lot of money.
Well, actually, a friend of ours on Instagram, the Taylors, we've been playing a game of like, what accessory is that? So they send a picture of an accessory. So we've been trying to find it, and I won the first round. There was these three little red ones, and well, it was, you got to do a bit. You got to look on Google, of course, but I
gave him all the clues.
Yeah, not that one. The second one, no, I'm totally lost. We even Google Lens it, where you get Google your phone.
Oh yeah, you can.
Google Lens it, and it didn't work. But yeah. So for one of our next videos, we'll do a challenge where we have a wheel, and with accessories and whatever stops on you name the accessory.
Yeah.
Chasing accessories is quite fun. Actually, I enjoy that more than chasing the figure down.
You're the toy whisperer.
Yeah, you did that. Someone did it a while ago. They did feet from vintage figures, and you have to guess just by looking at the bottom of their feet.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Yeah, that'd be hard, wouldn't it? Yeah.
What, from the underside of the hole?
Yeah, the underside of the feet. God. Yeah, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah.
Well, one of the Scott Crusher, our friend, he did one where we had to guess the year of the toy?
Yeah, the toy, the biggest toy line for that year. So give us a year. We had to guess the toy line. That was the biggest seller.
Oh,
and that was hard.
And that was just rubbish. We're rubbish at it.
His idea, we could have some quiz ideas. We never do quizzes on it. We should do quizzes.
No, Shabby always wins.
We did the stream. We did the sandwich challenge for our last stream.
Yeah, that was great. I was watching that. Great.
Well, I had the peanut butter and onion one, and I thought I was going to go with it, but I quite enjoy it. Now I'm stuck on these peanut butter and
challenges on Keep On Collecting. I remember the one you got the big dinosaur and you got the mini dinosaurs to throw down the throat. That was a good one.
Yeah, we shit at it.
I couldn't get one. Because I can't throw, and I'll tell you another story. I was in the reserves once, and we were on a range and throwing hand grenades, and all these guys coming up, and they're throwing hand grenades 100 meters and that. Anyway, they had like a barrier thing, and I come up and I just went, and he goes, oh shit, and he pulls me down. And you hear from the tower, he goes, stop throwing like a faggot. So when it came to that challenge with the dinosaurs, I couldn't get one. Matt gets the first one straight down the throat.
I've got actually hand-eye coordination. You're like, you get it like this far away, and Andrew's still missing it.
So Dino's got a question there, because I think he's on eBay now trying to buy one. So what's the actual name of that truck? The Jurassic Park truck. What is the official
Mobile Command Center?
That is a good question. The Lost World.
The Lost World.
It's the Lost World, Jurassic Park. I'd say mobile. Yeah, he's meant to be right.
Mobile Command Center. You
can still get them. I think they're still quite easy to get. One in the box might set you back probably about $800 or something like that.
Wow.
Go Dino.
Because as soon as they bring out a new film, so they've done the Jurassic Park line. soon as the new Jurassic Park films come out, the interest bolsters up. And you watch the prices on eBay; they just start jumping right up because people start looking it up.
It's a trend, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's such an influencer.
an influencer.
You will buy this. You will buy this.
Oh, here we go. I'm having
Yeah,
a look now. I'm having a look now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Everyone's off to look at the medical community
Well,
centre.
someone's got a boxed one on here. Someone's got a boxed one. Yeah, $900.
Is that US?
Yeah,
Sold to Dino.
yeah,
Oh, Dino
Yeah.
just bought it. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
boxed
Sold.
one. Yeah. It's one of the picture. Yeah, look at
Well,
that.
he wins because he's got a box. I haven't got a box, so
Yeah.
Yeah, 900. Yeah, that's
What
it.
year was that? So it must be what, 93, 94 when they came out. It's got to be around there.
97, wasn't it? Lost
Yeah.
World. Oh,
Another
I got
one is
one from the US, so I didn't get it out here in Australia. I when the postage, before the postage went crazy, like because back in the
600.
day, when we got something from America, they could mark it as gift, and the postage was cheaper. And they cut that out now, and now it's all by the global shipping program.
Dino, there's
But,
one on there for 350. So 350, Dino. There you go.
Did you just buy it, Dino? He says
didn't
sold.
you buy it?
Yeah.
Sold.
He says sold. Did you buy it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Check the prices, Dino. Don't buy the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the seller might be dodgy. The other one might be 100%.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And that's what some things when you buy eBay too, you go, well, that one's cheaper than that one, but you look at the seller
Go.
and he's only got like 80% good
Yeah,
feedback,
and you're like,
you know, and
Never
the
know,
other guy's
do
got
you?
100%. You know, you're going to get that item, you know, and that.
Here's a question. Do you think the price market on toy collecting will drop or just continue rising? I reckon when our generation dies, like us guys from maybe like late 30s to 50s, I don't know. Will people still collect?
Cheers.
Like if Scott Crusher and Ryan the Collector Kid is with the pack, they're in their 30s, aren't they, Matt?
Yep.
And they're buying retro toys.
Yeah, I guess that'd be
So because
Power
they're
Rangers.
they're getting that to that age where they want the same as me. They're getting the same thing. It got into the 30s, and you want all the stuff. You got the monetary thing to do it, and you're starting to buy back the things you lost as a child.
Yeah. I think you've got sort of goals in life, right? You get yourself a career, you get yourself married, you get yourself kids, and then that settles down. It's like, right, what's next? I want to enjoy something else now, and you just got nostalgic. I didn't have kids. There we go.
Yeah, well, that's right. And so I think
I want hot toys. I don't want children. I want hot toys. Who wants kids?
Yeah.
Turn the internet off. Turn the internet off. Look at that.
You can look after mine tomorrow, Matt. You can look after mine tomorrow.
Turn the internet off. No, it's fine.
Go and stand with Uncle Matt.
Yeah. You want how much for a figure? No chance. There we go.
They don't talk back, do they, Matt? They don't talk back.
They just sit there and do what they're told. Yeah.
Exactly.
except in summer down here, the toys move a bit and they fall off the shelf. Come in and go, oh, bloody hell, because the heat sort of moves the plastic a bit, and loosens them up.
Yeah.
Next you know, they're all on the floor.
Is there toys out there you're still hunting for? Is there something you're both looking for? I guess you said the flag is one of them, Andy. But are you two guys still hunting for something?
Well, I haven't got 100% of the vintage Star Wars. I haven't got 100% of the line.
Yeah.
So I sort of could have in the day, but I've sort of it's like fishing. You throw the little one back for another day. And so, last year, Matt, we were going to a toy show and we were starting to go through some of the stuff here. I've got the vintage Kenner line of aliens, and we sort of went through it and go, oh, you're missing, 3 or 4 figs. And I go, well, I'm always on the hunt. That's the drive. So if I go, sure, I could go on eBay and just snap them all up. But but there's no drive anymore, sort of thing, you know, because you've got it. So the hunters half the fun, you know. So always sort of leave things unfinished.
What you missing out? Apart from the Aussie swim team, what are you missing out of your vintage Star Wars collection that you used to need?
I haven't base. Yeah, Hoff base. I think I haven't got a an AT-AT. I haven't got a vintage AT-AT.
Ooh. Hello.
I've got all the new ones.
Oh.
I got all the new ones. They're all stacked there. There's like 4 or 5 now in the new lines.
Yeah.
You know, but the vintage one I haven't got, and but yeah, I sort of leave that because to come across, we went down to Canberra. Down to Melbourne, and I snapped up which I didn't have, was the Land of the Jawas playset. You know, with those ones with the cardboard backings.
Yeah.
And I got that one in the box, and
wow.
And, you know, so I got it on display there, and so I sort of enjoy that chase, and so instead of just buying the whole collection up and going ticking off and that's done, you know, it's good to go out with the boys and hunt things down. You know, it'd be no fun if I said, I've got everything, you know, I don't need to go on the hunt with you.
Yeah,
I think I missed about 4 or 5 out of the vintage Star Wars figures, but I'm quite happy because the prices are ridiculous. So I'm quite happy with the one.
Did everyone see John get his Animan this week? That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I got the full line of the figures, so I've got all the Star Wars figures, including a blue snaggletooth. And there's the Australian guy out here. He's got he'd have to have the most mint collection. He's one of the he's probably the only one that in the world. He's got a rocket firing Boba Fett, but in the baggie and the box.
Oh
wow!
And it's been certified. It's been certified.
Yeah.
And we were lucky. We went and had a look at it, and he rejected $230,000 US for it. He rejected.
Wow. 232. Sorry, 200.
They're genuine, yeah. I don't know how many of these things are wandering around the world. These rocket firing Boba Fett's.
There was one that came up for auction a couple of years ago in America, and he went to the auction, and but his one is still the top one because it's in the baggie, and you know the little white box that they did for the mail away. Yeah, and he's got that in there, and it's in a perspex thing, certified certificate, the whole lot. But he only collected Star Wars of the vintage, the original to 83, and everything was in the graded. But I said, I want a blue snaggletooth, and he goes, no worries, and he just pulls his drawer out, and there must have been like 150 of them.
Yeah, because people say it's like people always. I've people on Facebook say, "Oh, blue snaggletooth is not rare." Where it's like, well, you wouldn't think about it. In America, he's not rare, but it's like saying yak face, and a lot of Americans say
it's been not rare. That he had the Kenner prototypes. They were all graded, and he was only missing Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he was at the moment he was going to the US to bid on it, and he averaged around 26,000 or something. Said he reckoned he might go for. And
years ago,
but to have all the prototypes was just incredible. It was just a big tray of them, and you know, all in the little everything was in perspex, and the whole line.
He wasn't like we're all collectors for nostalgia. He was a collector for the value. He knew that it was worth money. In years to come, it could sell for a lot of money. So he wasn't in it for the same reason.
I know. I think we all.
Very interesting.
I think we all know a few collectors like that who just buy it just for the. There's just a thing in it. So
I don't know if any of you are really up on your Star Wars figures, but I found a Man-O-Man. No, he's the one that's
yak face.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you. So hang on.
Go and get it.
I feel like a dancing monkey.
Yes, you have to wait. In the blue snaggletooth just through Jurassic Park command trick. There you go.
Oh, that's
Admiral.
A lot of people just buy a replay one because I've had a blue snaggletooth.
This is a weird one.
I've got a weird one for you there. I'm not sure how big your Star Wars. But anyway, this was dug up. My brother. But have a look at the head. Have a look if you can focus. See the markings on him.
It's got black.
Yeah, it's got a.
Now, if you have a look, if I can know if you're not doing it right, am I?
Yeah, he's got black. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the markings. It looks like it's factory painted. I thought it was done by a kid.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's the borders and everything are factory done.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's come out funny and yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like the markings that they'd have for that he looked like in the film, doesn't it?
Yeah, because he did have like weird patches on him.
Yeah. And I've been trying to get someone to have a closer look at it.
Get up.
And go.
Get it up.
Yeah. And get a closer look at it because the vest is a darker color and everything.
I was going to say because you get the grass and the beige vest, and that's a very
different,
dark
isn't it? Nice
vest.
one and something like that.
Where this came from was my brother had bought an investment house and he was doing the garden, and he dug it up.
Oh wow! There you go.
Yeah, he dug it up and I got it, cleaned it off, and I went, "That's weird."
Is that where all the gold for you?
Yeah, it could be erosion though, couldn't it? Because the black could be deep erosion or something.
I don't know if it's sort of like a prototype version, but it's definitely haven't been done with a tech stuff because the black at the back of the head there, it's got a fine paint line, and where they sort of like did. Yeah, so but anyway, I think I need to get it investigated and see if it is a like a prototype one done.
Get it graded. Yeah, graded. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. There could have been a prototype Tall Toys one get out, and
it's weird. I went through it about 2 years ago. I found a She-Ra crystal castle in a thrift shop, and it has no paint on it at all. And it's a Mexico one. It's Mexico 804. And then we went through everything, and we got Pixel Dan involved, and he said, "No, it's just probably the paint faded." But when you open it up, none of the paint's inside it either, and even the actual platforms that go in it. You'd think they'd be pink around the sides, and they're not. Even they're green. It's a weird thing. It's not found out.
Yeah, well, there was a story I saw on YouTube not so long ago. There was a guy in Australia had a Return of the Jedi speeder bike. It's in the box, a little box comes in.
Yeah, I think Muzz just asked you a question about that, actually.
Yeah, and
question, Andrew, did you find out
anything more about the rare speeder bike? That was I saw it on YouTube. A guy had it, and he opened it up, and he thought he had a crap. Someone had fixed it. They had like screws in it. Someone had like screwed, and then he realized, and then he had it checked, and it was a prototype that actually got out in the market.
No way.
Yeah, and so it became quite valuable, and
I bet, yeah.
So prototypes obviously can get out, and they're not always that weird color. They, obviously they must have did ones that they painted.
Well, I guess people who kept like prototype stuff, and they might have kept them in there, who worked for Kenner and whoever, kept them in their loft, and then they got rid of it all, or someone sold it all, and then it gets mixed in, doesn't it? They
had it went, oh well, I'll take that home and give it to the kids to play with because it's not going to, and then in the backyard it's lost. Exactly. 30 years later, Indiana Jones digs it up, and I need to get someone to have a look at it and see if it is, if I'm right or not.
Yeah,
probably not.
I was having have a look.
Have a look, Shabby.
Have a
black bar.
So someone on Facebook was having a row with me the other day about that. They go, it hasn't got hasn't got every single thing in it. Hasn't got every single thing of it. And I was like, well, how thick do you want the book to be? Because the lad said there was a cut-off line, and you can only do so many variations.
Yeah, I'm still doing the book. They'll be doing it for another 5 years.
I mean,
anybody says this book is awesome. This book is awesome.
And they're just jealous they haven't got it. Simple as that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't get into it. I was just like, I felt like I had to go. Well, this is why the book's got 538 pages. What do you expect? Volume 97. Yeah. I need a whole day off. I need a whole day off social media one day. That'll happen.
But Chevy, it still wouldn't have those sort of prototypes that they might have done, like the speeder bike that got out. It wouldn't have that in there. I doubt it. Would it with the screws in it?
Where's variance? It's at the front, isn't it?
No, it's at the back. Yeah.
At the back.
No, I know, but I'm looking for the index, so I don't have to be here for a week.
Index? The whole book's an index.
Yep.
The whole book's an index.
Variations, 287 to 299.
Half an hour later, yeah.
You could quote it like the Bible. We'll go to chapter 13.5 in the.
It is our Bible.
all the Star Wars nerds are going to their section.
Yeah.
Read from the good book.
I'll be after Nick. Oh no, beginning.
Yeah, and I just want to say to people who are watching, if you want to go and see Andy and Matt's collections, check out Scott Crusher's channel, and he's got brilliant videos. Brilliant videos of their collections. Yeah, it's a very good video. So go and check Scott's channel out.
Right, so I found that black bar, but I haven't found that black version.
No.
Yeah, yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know why it's look at you when you look at it closely. It definitely hasn't been done by a kid with a paintbrush or anything there, because it's too sort of like you can tell it's been production done, that paint. And so what I need to do is get it to someone who's really up on Star Wars action figures or something, and have a close look at it.
You want to send the pictures to BOE or Action Figure Grader. He's pretty good at that stuff.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
says Reverend Shabby and
I just going to say, when we had Action Figure Grader on the other week, and my mother was watching, and she said he was a very interesting man. And I went, "Oh, thanks." But I spoke to my mum today.
What I'll do if in the chat. What I'll do and people in the chat, I'll do close-up photos of it, and I'll put it on the Keep On Collecting Instagram page, and you can have a look at it yourself, determine if it's bullshit or not. You know, and hopefully it's not. Hopefully it is. You can agree with me that it looks like it's been factory done, and I might have a rare one. If not,
imagine going through all this, Andrew, and your brother's at home just laughing his head off. I can't believe you fell for it.
That's the difference between me and my brother. He was into muscle cars, so and he still is. He's got some rare Australian muscle cars. They're worth $500,000 each, and he was a mechanic, and that's what he was into. What was that?
He's got a V8 Interceptor.
Well, I could have bought a V8, an XB. I had a friend back in the 80s. He had an XB Falcon, which is the one they used for Mad Max, and it was a black one. And he said you can have it for $3,000. And I ran home. I was about 17 or 18 back then. And I ran home to my parents and said, "Oh, my mate's selling his XB. Can I have it?" And my mum goes, "You're not having a V8."
I'll buy you for like I am.
And do you know that rare when they did the Mad Max Fury Road, they couldn't get they got one, but they got an incomplete one. So when you see it in the film, it looks like it's been panelled and that. They try to make it look like it was damaged, but they're just so hard to get, and they're worth probably 300,000 or 400,000.
Yeah, I think I've subscribed to a few Mad Max channels on YouTube. I think I've got Mad Max Bible and something else on there. There's a few brilliant YouTube channels, and there's one just dedicated to the cars. So
well, do they do that though, Matt? It's like they do with the flashlights for Luke's. Do they buy this certain car just to make it into Mad Max's car?
Yeah, when they did, when they were, I think they bought a car off a collector as well for Fury Road. I think they bought, and then it sat in a because when they were started filming Fury Road, and then it got cancelled, and I think it sat in a warehouse for like 10 years or something. And then they got it back out again and reused it. There's some brilliant YouTube videos on because they've just made the new Mad Max film. So a bit of a Mad Max now. Yeah.
See, my brother, we had the Holden version sort of thing at the time. Well, we had ones called the Monaros, and they were a two-door muscle car. My parents had one, and then my brother bought one, but he ended up with my parents, and he restored it. He had a 68 and a 69 Holden Monaros. They were. Anyway, he's restored the parents' one back to factory, and he wins all these trophies and everything like that. And it was even driven by one of the great Australian drivers and Peter Brock.
Yeah. I've heard of him.
Well, my
Nick Johnson.
Yeah.
Peter Brock.
Johnson,
man.
One of my friends.
Anyway, my brother was into cars and I was into toys. So
One of my friends is such a Mad Max nut. He actually got one of those. He's bought one of the sheepdogs, the actual Australian sheepdog, and the dog that's in Mad Max 2.
Blue cattle
one of those in the UK, and they're quite hard to get.
Blue cattle dog. They are.
They're blue cattle dog. Yeah. They're weird looking dogs, aren't they?
Great
looking dogs. Weird, still different colours. Amazing.
It's funny because I didn't watch the original Mad Max movie till last year. Matt was telling me, whether I saw it or not, I couldn't remember. So I watched number 1 and number 2 together, and I could not believe the difference of these films. One completely different than the other one. It was strange. The first one was weird. It's like a B-rate
low budget. Low budget. Yeah. I love it.
The second one and the third one got really hot like Hollywood.
Third one.
If you have a close look at the second one, when they go to that compound, it's sort of like the second half of the film. You'll notice there's all old broken XBs in the pit, and they're all the ones they used for the stunts, and they sort of dumped them in the in the pit there. And you're looking at these cars, and you think, oh my god, they're worth gold now.
In the new movie, they had to make. I think they made like maybe 12 or even more of each car identical because they would do the same stunt over and over again and shoot it.
Yeah, because it filmed it in Nibia. Was it a Nibia?
Yeah, and you had like the I can't remember what, maybe like the spiky beetle car. There was about 12 of them all in a row. Identical.
If you watch it's the one that's disheartening is when you see the Fury Road, you see how much CGI and how much CGI they use. It's unbelievable. How they just built mountains.
Before they were going to do that thing, Miller, who's the director, they did 2 concept cars. What they were going to do was like a prequel before the nuclear bomb went off, and so they did these concept XB Falcons, and they had like spikes at the front with electricity, and the idea was in the future, and because it's supposed to be set in the future, you see, and they could come up and the police car would disable the other cars and that, and you go, well, why isn't that in the after the bomb? Well, all those cars had computers in them, so everything got fried with the EMPs. So they had to go back to the old cars and that they didn't have computer chips. So that's why Mad Max, are like even Fury Road, they're all those old type vehicles. Because they couldn't. You go, well, why isn't there modern cars that are done up like that? Because they had computers in them and they were all fried.
So
it's. But they need to do a prequel like that and set up that premise and.
He's doing 2 more.
He's doing there's another film coming out. It's a prequel. It's prequel to Fury Road, but it's the what's her name? What's the
Furiosa?
Furiosa, young. It's the girl that's just done the menu. What's the girl with the long? Who's just done the menu?
Anna Taylor-Joy or something.
Yeah, she's playing the younger version. And you got Liam Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth is the baddie in it. He's got a beard and long hair. Can't wait. Yeah, he's supposed to be the baddie in it. Yeah. So
I mean, Fury Road. They could have brought Mel Gibson back because it still would have fitted. In the timeline sort of thing. It's just a shame because he's older and he's got the beard, so he did look like he's.
They could do an older version. They could do a really old version of him, couldn't they? Now they could just do an old version of Mad Max.
Yeah. But they don't seem to think.
We can do Lethal. He's doing Lethal Weapon 5, isn't he?
Yeah. Look at this. We jumped on a Mad Max. Amazing.
Who made the Mad Max toys? Who made them?
Oh, they did. Mad Max action figures. Yeah.
Very.
A company called N2.
Go on, Matt.
No, I ain't got any Mad Max stuff really. I'm just saying, I met Bruce Spence at a convention over here, the gyro guy.
Okay.
And I couldn't wait. I was Bruce Spence because he was in Revenge of the Sith when he played that. So he was doing the UK. And I was really disheartened when I met him. He was such a miserable bastard.
Aren't
I was really gutted. I was not going to meet the gyro guy. Excellent.
Yeah, never meet your
No,
heroes,
no.
sort of thing.
Don't. Yeah, he was not happy.
Yeah,
at all.
Jennifer Onion, yeah, except for Jennifer Onion, she was lovely. Yeah,
I love him. And Mad Max 2 is my favorite film. So that's always my favorite film.
Is he tall? He's tall.
Yeah, he's tall, bloke. Yeah, he's
taller than
tall.
you.
Yeah, he's taller than me. Yeah.
We've got a. Before we head off,
Matrix 3 as well. Was it Matrix 3 or something?
what gravy you like?
gravy quick. Before we head off.
Oh yeah, we're over time. Well, we're not over time because we went.
Well, we're not. Well, we're not. Well, yeah, but I've got to.
We got to make.
I've got a cut off point tonight. Gravy question on your chips. On your chips, what do you have on your chips? Gravy, ketchup, salt, vinegar.
Well,
depends.
I think it's more like in Australia. If you have chips with gravy, it's on a bread roll. You know. But usually, with me, when we were kids, it was hot chips and vinegar.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty good. Chips and tomato sauce normally. I usually get chips and tomato sauce. Or if I've got mashed potato, I'll get it's like KFC thing, chips, potato, mash.
Right.
Yeah,
There we go.
It's like
I've got some news. They don't sell the normal vinegar that we put on chips over here, and then Jen found one. It's called red wine vinegar. That's
red wine vinegar. Yeah.
That close to normal vinegar. Yeah.
See, we were real Aussies this morning. We had meat pies for breakfast, so.
I had a pasty. I had a pasty for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
It's funny because when Jason went back to Australia, the first thing he sent me was a picture of he bought a meat pie before anything else.
Yeah, because where I live here, out sort of like in the sort of semi-rural in Sydney, we went down to the pie shop. There's a pie shop cafe, and they do all big racks of pies like in these display cabinets. They're like that thick. So we had one of them.
America's missing that, and they're just missing
chicken sauce.
They're just missing. How can they miss out?
I'm going up to Bromsgrove, Redditch tomorrow. I might have to bring my own gravy tomorrow because they don't.
They don't do it that far north, do they?
We found out. No gravy.
No gravy. Put it in a flask, Ted. Put it in a flask. Just pour it on. You know
what's in your flask? It's gravy.
We're staying tomorrow night.
We'll see. We should have done a hands up. Give us a thumbs up if you're going to Echo tomorrow in the chat.
Yeah, give us all a thumbs up. Well,
of course. So get my jet.
I'll get in trouble.
Listen, if there's anyone in the chat that is not subscribed to Keep On Collecting, you've got to subscribe to Keep On Collecting. They have
links going out.
You know it's good for you, don't do it.
Scuba's going. Look, Scuba's he's gonna have to get his submarine out.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a prize.
Lee's going. I see Lee.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, Lee.
Si's obviously going.
Oh, is Daniel going? Daniel's there. Daniel, you going, Daniel? Daniel's going. He's got his finger up.
Dave's going.
Dave's
going.
I get to see Daniel.
The negative is travels with Jason.
Oh, he's not going.
I'm going. Oh, Daz is going. Good. See you, Daz. See you there. Yeah.
Christian's going.
Yeah. They're all there. Most of them are there now. Do you remember
Christian being wearing that?
Oh, yeah, there's pants.
Is he going to be wearing his shabby disguise, Christian?
Yeah, he's got his Everton t-shirt on. He made up. That's very good.
Give it off.
There you go. There's the link. There you go. There we
go. Right, I've had my orders.
Dan, you can't make it.
I've had my orders.
Right, that's it. We're off.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, awesome guests.
Thank you for getting up early, guys. Thank you for getting up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us.
Have a good toy hunt today. Have a good toy hunt.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Keep on collecting, everyone.
Keep on collecting. Yep.
Keep on collecting.
All right, I'll see a lot of you tomorrow at Echo.
See you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
I'll make sure we're not going live when we chat.
Yeah, just